Thanks, Ceann Comhairle. Taoiseach, a UN Commission has now found that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, which was obvious to anyone with eyes to see over the course of the last almost 2 years. At the moment, the so-called ground offensive into Gaza City is continuing. It means the murder of men, women and children. This government, thankfully, has recognised the genocide in words, but you failed to act like there's a genocide. You continue to hear no evil and see no evil when it comes to the thousands of tons of munitions illegally going through our airspace on the way to Israel, and you continue to try to water down the Occupied Territories Bill. Because of the failure of Western governments and because of the complicity of many, it is people themselves who are taking matters into their own hands. The Global Samud Flotilla is an attempt to do that, to open a people's humanitarian corridor to Gaza. There's over 20 Irish citizens on board at the moment, and yet the government said nothing when there were 2 drone attacks on boats in that flotilla. Will you send a legal observer, not to participate in the flotilla, but to observe it and to provide some security for those Irish citizens and others?
I don't accept your assessment of the government's response to the genocide in Gaza and the appalling carnage and slaughter of innocent children and innocent civilians. I think you have, from the get-go, it seems to me that your primary focus has been to drive a wedge between the Irish people and the government, as opposed to focusing on the atrocities within Gaza themselves and the responsibility of the Israeli government in respect of those atrocities. You throw language about with a carelessness that I think is unacceptable. Complicit in this, complicit in that, you say. This government has, on a whole range of fronts, taken initiatives in respect of endeavouring to create leverage and pressure on Israel to stop the war, and also on Hamas to release all of the hostages, which should be done. The condition of those hostages now is quite shocking. But the slaughter of innocent children and the slaughter of residential units, of housing, of schools, of health, all point, as the UN Commission has said, to genocidal behaviour.
Deputy Michael Collins.